Hello, I'm Steph.
And I'm Joel.
And welcome to Framed
Canvas Cuffs.
and Other Stuffs.
Season 2, baby.
Woo!
Enjoy the episode. Let's just hope that more people steal some art.
Yes, well, by the looks of things, maybe.
Yeah, I know. The Louvre girls, really, the gals.
Gals.
For some reason in my head, they're a bunch of sexy girls.
Just being like, do.
Yeah. Very like Ocean's whatever with like Rihanna.
Ocean's 8, the best one of the lot. Thank you very much.
Oh.
I know.
No, I'm not. It's not because they're all ladies.
Oh, yeah,
it's
of course.
because I think it. Well, actually, let me backtrack because I don't think I've seen another Oceans.
Oh.
Maybe I've seen the original. I just thought. I can't remember what I thought. It was so long ago.
It was a while ago now.
Yeah, Rihanna was like a hacker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always like Sarah Paulson. Kate Blanchett looked like she was having a good time. Actually, I love Ocean's 8.
You know what? Bring it on. Oceans are doing it for themselves. It's just a couple of girls having a good time.
Now, Ghostbusters, don't get me started on that. Makes me sick. How dare they?
How dare they have an all-female cast?
Gender swap Ghostbusters.
Oh,
God,
rude.
remember how much of a stink that caused?
I know, but it was actually a fine movie.
Well, it wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but it was fine.
It was fine. It was a bit of a switch your brain off silly movie.
And sometimes that's all you need.
Yes. And actually, this ties into our next episode a little bit, so I might just zip my little lips.
Zip.
Because I've got something to say about
I've got thoughts, I've got
certain
feelings.
films.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bit of a trend that's going on that I've noticed.
Oh, trend alert.
I haven't I've had to counter so much caffeine to counter how exhausted I am.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just caffeined up. I've been drinking, I got up at whatever time I got up and I just was like, all right, coffee for the rest of the day.
I had one of those silly ones that you get in the can. You know, the thin can ones that's just like literally sugar. I had one of those puppies, so buckle up.
I kind of feel like we're just chatting and we're just like, hello, everybody.
No, it's good.
You know what?
I like them better when we just start chatting? And we don't go like action, because then it's like we have to chat. You know?
We actually are silent. As soon as the cameras go off, silence.
Yeah, unless those cameras are rolling. You shut your fucking mouth. Yeah, I like easing in. I think we should do that more often, where we just like subtly turn on our microphones and then
they're not on.
They're not on?
None of this is on.
Oh, all right. Well, action.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
All right. What are you recommending this week, Joel?
I had a lot of other stuff to talk about.
You can talk about something else. You can bring something else to the table.
Well, I guess I can recommend if anyone can find a time machine to go back in time and go to night 1 and night 2 of Lady Gaga in Melbourne, which we just both went to. I went on Friday, you went on Saturday, which was last night.
Yeah.
Not to put a timestamp on when we record.
Put your fucking paws up, Melbourne.
God, she really,
every 5 seconds she was like, put your fucking paws up.
I think she does it. I think she's aware that it's her thing that she says and she's having fun with it, because there is no way she can't be aware. Like the amount of times she said it.
Or maybe it's just It's
a vocal tick.
It's a thing that she's just said it so much that she doesn't
she
forgets.
Yeah.
So she's like, have I said it recently? Probably not. It just comes out.
I don't think I've said it this show. She said it 550 times.
And so aggressive.
As soon as she says it, everyone's
like, what?
Straight away.
Every time Kara's like, my paws are down.
Yeah, I had to put my paws down a few times because I'm like, that hurts.
I'm tired.
Yeah, that hurts. And then she'd be like, now jump. And I'd be like, I'd start jumping. Girl, we're in our 30s. We've been with you for 20 years. So you know that we're all a bit tired.
You told us to be here at 7:30 and you're not coming on till 8.
Which is like so
Standard.
nothing. Yeah.
But I was just like, it was a long show.
Yeah.
But in a great way.
Yeah. We used to start pre-drinking at like 10 p.m.
10 a.m.
to
of
go
a good
out
day.
clubbing. And
yeah.
now it's just like, oh, it's 7:30. She was meant to be here half an hour ago. I'm tired. How am I going to get to sleep?
Oh, boy.
It was, in fact, the best concert I might have been to, I think. That's a pretty big call.
Yeah.
But in regards to entertainment from start to finish, I was thoroughly entertained. Like, I was locked in. The story was cool, going from start to finish with the Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4. I thought it was very like... It wasn't too complicated. It was easy to follow, and I feel like it never kind of steered away from the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, you forgot that the show has like a theme.
Yeah.
Because she put a bit of her acting chops in it.
Oh, she loved to act.
Yeah, she does love to act.
You know what? She's acted.
Yeah. And yeah, I think every single song she played as well fit into the narrative really well. I think the song selection was perfect. She had your deep cuts. From kind of certain albums. She had fan favorites.
Yep.
Like Sheeb and
I can't
Judas.
believe she played that. I
loved it.
Oh, me too. I didn't think she would. And then
that
she started
first half, I think, was my favorite.
Yeah, when she was playing a lot. I feel like she was playing more of the older stuff. And then like the hits of the new stuff was there.
Yeah.
So it kind of...
Because it starts off kind of more focused on her... What is it, like Mother Mayhem character, which is the Red Lady for anyone who might be following with the lore of her album cycle, which is, I guess, more kind of like aggressive dark side. So it starts off with like real punchy, like you got your abracadabras and you got your Judas and you got your Sheeb.
Yep.
It's really high energy and
you could tell she was putting her pussy into that start part.
Her pussy.
Her pussy. Yeah. She was going hard from the get. And I was like, whoa.
I don't know how she does it.
I do not know how she... I do like, though, when she was in the sand because, A, it was like a cool look and also she got to have a little rest.
A little lie down. Oh, but she was writhing around in that sand. She was going bunter at our show.
Except when the red hand popped up. And the way it came up on the screen, I lost my mind. It was so silly. It was like, take my strong hand.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just great. And I think my favorite part of it was I don't want to say age bracket of the people that were there, but it felt very like 30 plus. And when you get a lot of us in a space, it's a lot more kind of respectful because we've been there, done that.
Yeah, we've been the messy queens.
Yeah, we've been the messy queens already. Everyone, like we were on the ground floor. We were pretty damn close to the stage. But I still had room around. It was packed, but I still had room around. Everyone was respecting each other's space. So I had room to dance. It wasn't just people standing there with their phones recording the entire thing. Yeah. People were, of course, putting their phones up and taking snaps and maybe recording their favorite songs. Yeah. But they were still jumping around and singing along and stuff, as opposed to just like, standing there watching your phone, watching the stage.
And you're like, are you ever going to watch these videos again?
Yeah. No.
Funnily enough, we were sitting behind a group of ladies who are in the generation above us and they were recording more than any of our generation. And I'm like, it's always the generations younger that get blamed, but they were like 4 minutes of just recording. I went, get your iPad out, girl. Like it was giving that a little bit. Like I was like, I don't think you're ever going to. And one woman was just recording the parts where she was doing the costume change and it was just strobing out. I was like, why are we recording this part?
Why are we recording this part?
Oh, dear.
But yeah, thoroughly entertaining. It went for what? 2
and a half, 3 hours.
Yeah. Didn't feel like it until the end when it felt like it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I am tired. My legs are sore and I've forgotten how to walk.
Yeah. Yes. If I was to do that again, I think the next time she comes, because she will, I was seated, I'd do standing.
It was also like the staging of it. I know everyone's going on about the staging, but this show wasn't particularly meant for arenas to begin with. So the staging it's small in comparison to the space that it was in, which was Marvel Stadium, which is humongous. But of course, we wanted her down here, so that's where they put her. However, the staging, like if you were kind of on the outer seating and stuff like that, she was very far away.
And you couldn't see the inside of the set and the and like there was no like where the cameras were. It's like if you just gave us an extra screen on either side, I think it would have made a lot of a better experience for because we were on the side and I was like, oh God, I wish we were about couple of meters that way.
Yeah.
Because we would have been able to see into the stage, but we only just got the side.
But I think also like when you get seating like that, you do have to think, okay, I'm going to be quite far away regardless of how the staging is.
Yeah.
Her stage was just probably a bit small in comparison. I'm not complaining because I got to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
But and she's only like 3 apples tall, so she's a small
tiny.
Girl. She's a small,
and she takes up so much space. You know, she's got a real stage. She's got a stage presence.
Yeah, if you haven't heard the hot take, Lady Gaga has stage presence.
You know what? That girl's going places.
I think she is.
You know, you never know.
Yeah, she's only 40 years young.
So next big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great show. I would have loved because I feel like Judas, applause and
applause went off.
Yes, but she shortened them. She was.
Oh yeah.
They were all shortened, and I was like, extend those out a bit and cut down on your costume change time because she's out the back having a ciggy.
I think costume change time is also like a chance for her to have a bit of
little
Gatorade and a little break.
I was like, we need
You're
to.
like, what do you mean you're cutting the bridge out of applause? You
Get
bitch.
back here now. Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, fantastic show.
Yeah.
Like you don't see stuff like that all the time.
What was your favourite song that she performed?
I think, oh God, I don't know. I liked Applause and Judas. I was hoping for those two.
Yeah,
so
I'm a Judas girly. That's probably my favourite song.
I was surprised that we got Summer Boy.
Yeah, see, I hadn't heard that, but everyone around me was going crazy. Summer Boy is like a deep cut from her first
or second
album. Never heard it before, but she was having a good time up there.
Yeah, I was shocked we got that. And when it started playing, I was like, are we getting this song? Like, I loved that I hadn't seen any footage and I'd really stayed offline, didn't look at the set list, didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
So it felt like a surprise with everything. I didn't know what her costumes would look like or the set or anything.
And she'd also changed the costumes a little bit for this show as well. So her Australian leg has slightly different alterations. So everyone online's like, oh, look at that new wig she's wearing. Look at that, blah, blah, blah.
And I feel like she did homage to Alexander McQueen in Bad Romance with the feathers and stuff. Because they were collaborators for a long time.
Yeah.
So
I was actually surprised how much I liked when she did Shallow. I was like, because there are people there who were there maybe to see the Shallow and the Die with a Smile, which is the biggest song in the world. But I loved Die with a Smile.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
You know what? Cut Bruno Mars out.
I hadn't heard it that much, but I know it's the biggest song in the world. But it was nice. I was standing next to Lockie. We were rocking back and forth. It was very sweet. It was very sweet. So even the songs that I find of hers that are quite, corny boots and not quite for me, seeing them live was a bit of fun.
Yeah. What was your favourite song of the night or songs of the night?
I think I went off the hardest for Applause.
Yeah.
And I really liked Judas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judas was
And
great.
that was like when she just came. It was very sensory overload.
Yeah. And I feel like when Judas came out, we obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed. So, yeah, it was great. If you can get a ticket. Or when she comes back next time.
Yeah, she said she'll be back in 20
years. So, in 20 years' time, when we're still sitting here, we'll remind you.
Yeah.
Get online, buy a ticket.
Yeah, and she does her classic, talk to the audience, get a bit choked up,
Yeah.
which I think she can switch on like that.
Yep.
Which is great.
There's no one who cares more about her fans than Gaga. I
think.
She really...
That's true.
She's making the music for them.
Yeah.
Or for us.
Yeah. So I think she's going to have a break after this. Well deserved.
Have a rest, Gaga.
Yeah, have a rest. Maybe be a bit more picky and choosy with the scripts that are coming across your desk.
Yeah, but I'll happily watch you in anything, to be fair.
Yeah, still haven't seen Joker 2.
To be fair, neither have I.
Yeah.
So I won't watch you in anything.
No.
There are things I'll draw the line at,
Yes.
but have a little rest, have a nap, get a tea,
Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Start a family if that's what you want.
If that's what you want,
Yeah,
or just
you're really happy with Michael.
Oh yeah, so new beau.
They're engaged. She's going to be married. I think she's going to have, I don't think her wedding's going to be wacky. I think she's going to have a really traditional, maybe like Italian Catholic like wedding. I think it's going to be that vibe.
Yep.
I reckon she's not going to like, come down the aisle in
And
a
then
giant egg.
And blood comes out like the heart is breaking and then healing again.
With all her dancers just voguing down the aisle before her. I don't think she's going to do that. I reckon she's going to go classique.
Oh, I would love that. That would be pretty.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, congrats. Mazel tov, Gaga.
Yeah. Mazel tov.
Alrighty, Joel.
I guess that's my recommendation.
Yeah.
Go back in time if you can and go to the Melbourne gigs.
Or watch it online.
Watch it online.
There's ways. There's ways to see her.
If you're not into Gaga, just don't watch it. Who cares?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Kendrick was here. Kendrick apparently was great.
I believe.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Not for me, but I like Doechii and she supported him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And she is quite big on her own, but I think she blew up really quickly. And I think this might have been locked in a bit prior, but I'm assuming Kendrick's like one of her idols. So as if she's going to say no.
She was one of my top songs for Spotify Wrapped.
Oh, what was your Spotify Wrapped?
Ooh. Shall we jump?
Yeah. Can we do a quick Spotify Wrapped?
Yes. Do we want to do it this episode or next episode?
Let's do it next episode. Yeah. We'll probably need to peter out next episode. We'll need to put in some extender. Yeah.
Alrighty, Joel. For the last kind of structured episode of the year, we're going to start with a story that kind of coincides with an event that was last night, which wasn't Gaga, but it was the NGV Gala.
Oh, shit. Yes.
Where was our invite? Thank you very much.
Oh, my God.
Life happens.
Life happens. I've got that on the bumper sticker in the back of my car. Actually, it says magic happens. Have you seen those?
With the little unicorn over there. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Magic happens. Yeah.
So, yes, we're going to talk about a woman who is half of the NGV exhibition that's on over summer. This is the big end-of-year NGV exhibition. It is Comme des Garçons, essentially, and Vivienne Westwood.
Looking forward to being invited next year.
Yes, can't wait, NGV. We will wait with bated
We didn't
breath.
really press them this year about it, did we?
No.
Yeah,
I think
it kind of slipped by us.
Yeah, maybe next year we've really got to just from the get.
Yeah.
We'll just be every episode and we'll be waiting for our invite.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will be going through this exhibition over summer and I thought it would be nice to kind of finish on an episode around Westwood. So you've only getting half the story. Sorry, guys. We're not going to talk about Kawakubo. Kawakubo. She is a very talented. She designs for Comme des Garçons, but her stuff is super, super like wacky, like shoes that turn upwards, and like she's doing.
Yes.
She's doing the crazy, structured silhouettes that deconstructed.
Yep.
And then there's the.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. So maybe next year I'll do one on her. But I thought let's talk about Westwood. So when you go to that exhibition, or you might be walking through, that you'll have a little bit of extra intel. So you'll appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Joel. So Vivienne Westwood transformed herself from a working class girl who didn't think she belonged in the art world into a dame who changed it forever. So, before the plaid and the punk, the Westwood world looked a lot different. So she actually was born Vivienne Isabel Swire.
That's a pretty cool name. I like it.
In Cheshire in 1941. She described her early life as a really great childhood, living amongst the stone cottages and classic English countryside. And then when she was 17, her and her family moved a little bit closer to London, where she actually briefly studied jewelry making and silversmithing. Oh. So there is quite a large emphasis on jewelry within the Westwood brand.
Yes.
And I think that's where it comes from.
Yep. The heart with the crown.
She left the school that she was learning how to make jewelry quite early on because she didn't think she fit into that world. She was from a bit of a poorer background and she found that everyone in there had money and could afford to do these things. So she actually just went and learnt to teach.
Great.
Yeah, I know.
That's me. I want to know how to do silversmithing.
Oh, you
I
can.
want to learn how to make jewelry.
You can learn.
Yeah, there are places now and it's like sip and paint. You can go and like learn how to make a ring.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh.
Maybe we should do that.
2026. Let's make jewelry.
Let's do it.
Out of forks. I'll make a bracelet out of a fork. Sell it at the market.
And put one of those little marble things in it.
Yeah. No one's ever done that before.
She then went to Teachers College and maintained her passion for jewelry making on the side and would create pieces at night, selling them at Portobello Market on the weekends.
Portobello mushrooms.
Yummy. In 1962 at 21, so this has all happened before she's 21, she marries Derek Westwood. So this is where the name comes in. So it's here she makes her own wedding dress and it's technically the first Vivienne Westwood wedding dress. A year later, they have a son, but by 1965, they divorce. So it's interesting. It's a really short marriage, but that
Kept the name.
She kept, yeah. And I guess her son probably had the name, so it makes sense.
Yeah, my mum did the same thing. Yeah.
And, you know, when you get to inherit, I don't know, maybe it's because we know Westwood now, but it just sounds like, I don't know, I would keep that name too.
Yeah.
Anywho, in 1965, the same year that she divorced her husband, she started dating a man named Malcolm McLaren. So this pairing would change the course of fashion history and the look of the punk scene forever. So if you're not a muso, you might not know the name Malcolm McLaren. He is a fashion designer, but at the time now he was more known for being a promoter of bands such as the New York Dolls, Adam and the Ants, Bow Wow Wow, and most importantly, the Sex Pistols.
Cool.
He's a cool guy.
Yes.
Well, actually, no, he's not. But,
of course.
Yes. So McLaren wasn't the promoter that we know him as today at the time. However, Westwood saw the creative world that McLaren lived in and was attracted to it. So they also had a son together. And while Westwood was teaching at night, she would then come home and create outfits that McLaren had designed. So they got offered, this is kind of where the start of her brand is, but it's still mainly him and being the, I guess, quote unquote designer. And she's really just making the outfits that he's like, do this for me. Because he had gone to fashion school.
Yeah, right. Okay. It's very collaborative.
Very collaborative. So they got offered a small stall in the back of a boutique called Paradise Garage, and they called that kind of pop-up stall Let It Rock.
Yep.
And eventually Paradise Garage would employ Westwood to design clothes for them as well. And then from there, they ended up earning enough money to buy the store itself.
Yeah.
So it started small and then they just kind of took over the store.
Yeah.
Westwood at the time wasn't making the gowns that you may be thinking of. She was designing sleeveless T-shirts that had political statements printed on them, decorated with safety pins, chicken bones, and glitter glue.
Ew,
I know,
but cool.
I know. And then she expanded into biker jackets, pants, and dresses. So it's here in 1974 that Westwood rebrands herself. She was designing for like a kind of culture, like subculture called teddy boy culture.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was kind of designing for this subculture. Well, they both were designing for this particular kind of group of people. But then she found that this group had like particularly racist views. So by the 70s, she was like, I don't necessarily want to be associated with this group of people.
Yeah.
So she kind of started to steer away from that look because she didn't want to be in business with them, essentially.
Good call,
I
Viv.
know. And she said herself she didn't want to encourage that culture.
Yeah.
I mean, good on you, gal. So this is when she starts to move more into that punk aesthetic and where we start to really remember who she kind of is. So they remodel the store that they're in and rebrand it to the simple name Sex. So it was actually known as the Sex Store.
Yeah.
And it is, the store is now called World's End, and you can still go there today.
I've heard of World's End.
Yes.
Yeah.
World's End, it's really funny because the stores you go into now, they're like really like beautifully merchandised. This is a tiny little store.
Yeah.
And they've got all the pictures of her, like of the original Sex Store there as well.
Cool.
Yeah. So the name was chosen to shock. They knew what they were doing. The interior was decorated with red carpets, rubber walls, chicken wire, and graffiti from the Scum Manifesto.
Oh.
Throwback to our girl who shot Andy Warhol.
Yes.
So
So like whatever she wrote in her book was kind of on
some of it was spray painted on the walls.
Holy smokes, there was some pretty colourful things in that book from what I imagine.
Absolutely. So the clothing that Westwood was designing at this point was like rubber skirts and dresses, T-shirts featuring like pornographic material or like quotes from some of the bands, like all ripped up, exposed stitching, you know. It was becoming recognised as one of the most famous fashion boutiques and became a central meeting place for the early punk scene in London. At the time, McLaren was managing a little up-and-coming band known as the Sex Pistols. Most people would probably know the song God Save the Queen. That was them. And this is kind of where this weird kind of synergy comes around because the Sex Pistols, it's like the Sex Pistols kind of named themselves after the store.
Yeah.
And then Westwood was also designing for them. And it was actually
the Sex Pistols has some pretty iconic merch. Like you can see what their
their
stuff
look
is.
was Westwood.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Are you wearing a Westwood polo shirt?
I am.
Oh, there you go. I just noticed the little, I think I said before it was like a heart with a crown, but it's like a little it's like a little orb with the satin ring around it.
So yeah, that was where, so the Sex Pistols actually formed within the store, which is really cool. And Westwood, it is believed to be said that Westwood said to McLaren, you should make Sid Vicious your front man.
He have had the most like kind of iconic look from the
Yeah,
band.
and she said he'd be a great front man, but he's fucking crazy, so be careful with him.
Did they all have like crazy
Cool
names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sid Vicious is Sid of Sid and Nancy.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy, drugs.
Yes.
Drugs, am I right?
Yeah, their lifestyle seems exhausting.
Westwood saw the kind of charisma in these people, but also saw the, I guess, craziness of it all.
Yeah.
And because they were all hanging out or all working in the store, like she knew these people quite well, which is how it all kind of came about. So she pretty much exclusively dressed the Sex Pistols. Even though McLaren was still around, she was starting to take more of a role in what the look and feel of everything was. And she would start conducting meticulous research of fashion and historical dress so she could like learn how to physically recreate these techniques that were from the past.
Okay.
So she starts to create a name for herself and essentially becomes one of the architects of punk fashion. So the way we see punk today, she made that. So anytime you see a punk look, it is essentially come from Westwood's inspiration.
Yes.
Which I think sometimes we forget, like, even though it was still a scene, she kind of commercialized it a bit. But that
was going to be my question. I'm like, I wonder if, like, because she kind of brought it more to a world stage, but I wonder if there were more kind of, I guess, underground punk fashion places that were kind of like, might have not liked her very much.
Yeah, well, at this point, she is still somewhat underground.
Yeah,
because she was kind of living with them.
Yeah.
And like in the scene, I think she was a bit more like accepted. But there is something that feels anti-punk about her creating punk.
Commercializing it a little bit, but also because when I think punk, I think of you're getting your old clothes or you're getting secondhand clothes and you're making them your own. Like it's kind of like your own thing.
Yeah.
Like you cut it up, you safety pin it, you do all this and that and the other.
Which she was doing, but then also just selling it.
Yeah.
But at the time, it wouldn't have had the price tag that it does today.
Yes.
So she started putting seams on the outside of clothing. The construction of the pieces was kind of like she was trying to reverse how pieces structurally looked. Mm-hmm. And one of her most controversial T-shirts was the Destroy T-shirt. So this was a shirt that came out in 1977, and on the shirt was screen printed Nazi swastika with an inverted image of Christ on the cross and the words "destroy" over the top with Sex Pistols lyrics underneath. I haven't.
Yikes.
So it's this guy here. But when you think about Vivienne Westwood, you think about her very differently today than a swastika, an inverted cross, destroy, and a Sex Pistols lyric. Like, that's not what we think about her when we think about branding today.
No. Is the swastika going the other direction? Doesn't that mean it's the peace one?
Yeah, but I think
it's meant to
be.
Yeah, cause a stir that shirt.
Yeah, exactly. She made it essentially because she wanted to challenge the older generation and being like, we're not accepting your lifestyle anymore. Like, fuck everything, essentially. Westwood's punk era is seen more than just fashion due to how conceptually deep the meaning behind everything was. And it was a commentary on what was happening like socially at the time and how this generation of young kids was like getting really fed up with the systems that had been put in place for them. She would actually later become disenchanted when punk was adopted by the mainstream. She gets quoted a lot by saying, like, if your like pop culture is shouldn't really exist because like cool culture, once it hits mainstream, no longer cool. It becomes too commercial. So
that still happens to this very day.
Exactly. Yeah. So she then changed what she was doing and started just printing other things on T-shirts and kind of blanket phrases that she was printing before she kind of realized that it was becoming mainstream. She was like, well, this isn't having the impact that I want anymore. I need to change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
As her star was rising, so too were her interests. It was also her relationship with McLaren started to change as well. So she decided that she kind of wanted to start her own thing and like become a bit more of the Westwood we know today and create collections and things like that. Whereas McLaren was kind of like, he was busy dealing with the bands that he was trying to control. And also he actually was quoted as saying she was just a seamstress and she would be nowhere without him.
Ooh.
So they were a collaborative partnership, but this is where it started to fall apart.
Yeah. He's trying to wrangle the Sex Pistols. He's getting all stressy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to be untied.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they still technically were collaborators until 1983. With one of the collection called Witches. She was still kind of had him around and he was, helped design some of the collections, but by 1983 they were done. And in 1980, that's when they renamed Sex to the shop to World's End. So that's kind of, you're starting to see her change what she's doing. In 1981, this would kind of mark a turning point for Westwood. She did her first collection called Pirates, which included a actual catwalk. Mind you, it was just in the shop and it's very, when you see a little bit of footage, it's very like not really what we imagine today when it comes to a catwalk.
Yeah, right.
And it was when she started to move into like a more new romantic look and having, seams on the, like she created and looked literally pirate outfits
Yeah.
and started to recreate it.
Lots of ruffles.
Yeah, exactly.
More so like more the Cure
Yeah.
era.
Boy George.
yeah,
that kind of, new romantic look.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, which I didn't realize, it was a groundbreaking collection because it was one of the first ever collections that had taken exact historic garments and reconstructed them for the modern day, which a lot of, Gallianos and McQueens and stuff do, now.
Yeah.
But that hadn't really been done before. So she was one of the first to kind of do that, which is interesting.
Cool.
And all of these people obviously, reference her as like a muse, that kind of thing. She became really well known for making her shows really theatrical. So when you go back and look at all of these shows, you can see like she is making the sets and everything be like just as important as the clothing that's walking down the catwalk.
Love that.
Yes. And then you'll see that influence kind of trickle through to, the Gallianos and that of the world. Obviously, there are iconic moments that kind of generated immense press. So everyone would have seen Naomi Campbell falling down in the shoes that she had to wear and tripping. So or they were just incredibly tall. You would have seen her absolutely stack it and try and get back up. So that generated press. She didn't mean for that to happen, but it's just the theatrical of it all. The way that she was dressing these models made it almost impossible to move around.
Yeah.
She also had Kate Moss's appearance in a spring-summer collection in 1994. She was walking the runway in a micro miniskirt, topless, while licking an ice cream cone.
I think I remember
Seeing that micro mini. So she knew how to cause a stir because she's a punk.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. What also happened with this kind of rise of her being this really couture kind of avant-garde designer is her activism also picked up as well. So for many years before it was cool or socially acceptable, she used her platform to provoke social change and confront political issues, which is kind of, she was creating this like deliberate paradox between being like top tier designer, but also like, look at the world we're living in. Like, should these two things exist? Maybe not. So she championed issues around anti-consumerism, which seems, I guess, like a bit of a juxtaposition when you are a fashion mogul.
Yeah.
But her thought process was buy less, choose well, make it last.
Yep.
So she said, I don't feel comfortable defending my clothes, but if you've got the money to afford them, then buy something from me. Just don't buy too much.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So
I like that mantra of spend a bit more for something iconic that will last you as opposed to that's cheap, I'll get it, I'll probably wear it. Well, fast fashion, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And there's,
Which I am head to toe in.
It's one of those things where she also understands that sometimes you can't afford that.
Yeah.
But if you are able to, then, just be conscious of what you're consuming, I guess. So she also had, she would draw attention to climate change. She founded an activist team and website to focus on the issue well before everyone was talking about it. She often attended rallies and would, in one of her runways, she would project NASA images that show the impacts of climate change is having on our Earth. So she'd show what's kind of happening. So even though these fashion shows were like, filled with these beautiful clothes, there was also these poignant messages behind them.
Right.
In one of her runways, all of the models held signs that were protests around climate change and that kind of thing. In 2012, she donated £1 million to stop deforestation. Also, for free, designed Greenpeace's official Save the Arctic logo in 2013. So there you go. She's doing a lot. She was an avid supporter of Julian Assange and defending free speech. And in 2020, she suspended herself in a giant bird cage in a yellow suit out the front of London's Old Daily Court when I believe Assange was being his case was being heard, and she said she was being the canary in the coal mine against government corruption.
Gotcha.
So, and 2020, it wasn't like she was like a young, sprightly thing anymore.
No.
She was
very long in the tooth.
Yeah. So she was so passionate about it. When you see her at these protests, she's not just hanging back. She's front and center, putting herself in the thick of it. In December 2014, she drove a tank to David Cameron's 10 Downing Street, protesting fracking. And she also was said that Cameron, who was the Prime Minister at the time, was playing Russian roulette with the lives of the British people. Also makes sense why she wasn't on Drag Race ever.
Oh, yes.
I hadn't
RuPaul.
He's fracking.
Well, he's not fracking, but I think there's
land that he owns is
there's
fracking.
fracking happening on his land, which fracking, from my understanding, is getting the oil.
Yeah, and they'd be paying him to do that, I think. So
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. In April 1989, she appeared on the cover of Tatler magazine dressed as the then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. She wore a suit that Thatcher had ordered but not yet collected, and over the top of it, the caption was, "This woman was once a punk." They look quite similar when she dresses up as her.
I can see that.
There's countless ways that she spoke out on what she believed in. As with anything like this, you can always be embroiled with controversy, but a lot of the controversy that I could find, it was all to do with the business, not her herself. So it was things like, tax avoidance, misuse of interns, sustainability contradictions potentially, but it's whether she was aware of it or not, but her name was on the door. So therefore you are accountable for these things. So, good with bad. You can't be a perfect person. It's never going to happen.
No one's perfect. Pobody's nerfic. I always say.
As you are. The other bumper sticker that's on the car. Vivienne Westwood's later career was defined by her enduring relationship with her third and final husband and creative partner, Andreas Crotholer. Now,
is he the muscly guy?
Not really.
No, he might have been like a muse of hers that she used to use for a lot of campaigns. Anyway.
It would be remiss of me not to mention that when they met, he was 23 and she was 48. But they met when he was a student. She was at university.
Yeah.
He was a student. She was like a not a stand teacher, when you're a teacher that comes in and talks but you're not technically a teacher. What's it called?
Temp?
No, but it's like they invite you in.
She came and spoke.
Yeah. But they didn't, they supposedly didn't start dating until after he had graduated.
Okay.
Then when he was 29, they got married, and they were actually together for 25 years after they married. Nice. So it kind of, even though there is a bit of an age gap, they clearly truly loved each other. She actually, when they got married to celebrate, she actually created her own tartan for their family and then got it officially recognised in Scotland. So it's technically because all of the families in Scotland, your tartan has to be certified. Yeah. So it can kind of travel down the line. Yeah. And she got hers certified with him.
That's cool.
Which is cute. She also at this time, around this, and with this husband, with this third husband, they were collaborative partners for that entire time as well. So he helped design a lot of the stuff, and then when she passed away, he has taken over. So there you go. There is also the story of the I guess we can't talk about her story without talking about the very famous wedding dress, which appeared in a movie called Sex and the City.
The Vivienne Westwood wedding dress.
Yes. So this garment was a large taffeta wedding dress. The dress itself has been described as one of the movie's most iconic features. Yeah. She had a little bird in her hair as well.
She had a blue bird, big bird, feather thing.
Big, deep break in her heart.
It stood her up, bloody altar. And then they met in traffic in passing. And then both cars stopped, and Sarah Jessica Parker went out to go yell at him, and then Charlotte swoops in and goes, "No! No!" And I said, "Go, Charlotte!
You go, girl!
Go, Charlotte! You tell him!"
You tell him. Because wasn't it Charlotte's kid as well who had the phone and he was trying to call her and then that was...
Yeah, I think, there was a bit of a mix-up with the phones. Yeah.
They could have gotten married at the end.
Every gay man and straight woman knows that dress. And following the film's release, a version of the wedding dress was made available on Net-a-Porter and sold out within hours, which for a dress like that is insane. And there was also a knee-length version which was sold. So they made replicas to put on this. And I believe they might have been Westwood replicas.
Cool.
But you could own that dress. She has obviously been featured numerous times on countless red carpets, from the likes of Dita Von Teese, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, every celebrity has pretty much Taylor Swift has even worn Westwood. But
the punk queen herself.
I know. When you think of punk, you think of Taylor Swift. So in December of 2022, however, at the age of 81, Dame Vivienne Westwood passed away. Tributes poured out. She was described as a national treasure, and many, 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 many people, and especially in the fashion world, commented on her passing. Former Sex Pistols band members such as Glenn Matlock paid tribute to her, recalling it being a privilege that he got to rub shoulders with her in the 70s.
That's nice.
Chrissy Hines from Hyde. Chrissy Hines. Chrissy Hine from The Pretenders. She actually used to work at the shop.
Oh,
back when it was called
the lady
Sex.
with the brown hair with the bangs. Oh, wow.
And she said the world was already a less interesting place after she
That's
passed.
sad, but nice.
Nice. So Westwood leaves a kind of dual legacy combining groundbreaking fashion with unwavering political engagement. And I think it's a testament to be you can be part of something like the fashion world, which feels very I guess frivolous and fast fashion and but you can also have a really, really strong message. And Vivienne Westwood often used her collections and catwalks as a vehicle for change.
Yes.
So, two versions of yourself can exist essentially. But that's a bit of a rundown on the story of Vivienne Westwood.
She was a very cool cat.
She was a cool cat.
She was a cool customer.
You know what? When you're walking through that exhibition, just think, wow, she's a bit of a cool cat.
Oh, I wish I wore my kilt today. I've got a kilt.
You do.
From Dangerfield. She wouldn't have liked that. I probably should have.
She would have been
She would have been pissed.
Rolling in her grave. How many times have you worn this, Joel?
Factory X.
But yeah, I think she's just cool. She's a cool lady.
Yeah.
Go look at her imagery. She's making she herself is such an interesting character. So,
I wonder if the wedding dress is going to be at the exhibition.
Ooh. I think I've definitely seen there's at least a couple of those tartan gowns.
Yeah. So I've seen some I went to the punk exhibition at the Met years and years ago, and I think there was some. Did we go together?
We might have, yeah.
I can't remember which New York trip it was, but that was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
there was definitely some Viv in there.
Oh, yeah. And
remember when she did her smelly shoes? Remember for a minute, everyone was really into the Vivienne Westwood. They were rubber heels.
The jelly shoes.
Yeah, they were rubber heels, and they had a red heart on the toe.
Yeah.
And they smelled like bubblegum and shit.
I feel like they were a collaboration with the brand Melissa, the shoe brand Melissa.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they were stinky shoes.
Stinky shoes.
Yeah, pretty stinky shoes.
Yeah, she does. I think it will be interesting to see. Obviously, she passed in 2022, so it's been a couple of years, but it will be interesting to see how the brand evolves and whether that activism side kind of keeps going now that she's gone.
I mean, there's a lot of things to be activism-y about these days, so hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because a lot of especially in Japan, because Japan is obsessed with her, they would do little pop-up exhibitions. Like we went and saw one around like how she was paying, set up this group of women in like this small community and was paying them a wage to be able to like create stuff and actually paying them correctly what they were worth. And, all of that kind of social activism would become part. I don't know is that going to stick around? I hope so.
I hope so too. I mean, in Japan, the punk scene's still very much there. Right near our hotel, there was a punk bar and...
Yeah.
They weren't like the new age kind of punks. They were the like punks. They had the like mohawks, the shaved head, they went all out. So that scene is probably not huge there, but it's still a very big part of it.
Yeah.
So.
It will be interesting to see with this exhibition whether they do that kind of early stuff or if it's just kind of more the couture. Because I would love to see the really early.
Surely. No, I think it would be like yeah.
He's a punk. How dare you people walk past my house?
It would be a timeline, I think. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We'll just have to go and see.
We'll just have to go and see. So, if you're around Melbourne or if you're coming to Melbourne or if you live in Melbourne or if you're, if you're popping in.
If you're a fan of tartan.
If you're a fan of tartan and a big dress.
Yeah.
The NGV.
You're a fan of Sex and the City movie one. Not the Abu Dhabi one. Holy smokes.
We don't talk about
Lawrence
that.
of my labia. Like,
What were they thinking? So NGV, that will be on all summer long. So go and check it out and see what these ladies are all about.
Choose one of those hot days where you're like, I need to do something, but it's too hot to do other stuff. Go to the gallery.
Because the gallery always has
gallery
the best aircon.
The best AC.
So, go check it out. I hope you enjoy it. We weren't paid by the NGV to talk about it, but we'll get that invite next year.
We will.
And Joel, as we always say,
put your fucking paws up. Now jump.
Goodbye.
Bye.